The best luxury SUVs they can literally drive every single day. They should be practical, reliable, economical. You don't want a gas guzzler. You want lots of space in the interior, and you want something that's reliable so it's not spending every second week in the maintenance shop. I'm going to share a list of some of the best luxury SUVs that you have no problem driving every single day. Let's get into it now. Life's too short to drive boring cars. And here's number one luxury SUV they can literally daily drive every day. It's such an easy vehicle to live with. It's very attractive, stylish, a whole host of different engine configurations makes this vehicle very, very easy to live with. Now let's look at some of the amenities and why I feel that way. Obviously you're dealing with Lexus, so you've got long life. This car is going to definitely last at least 300,000 miles if looked after. You have some great luxury appointments, high gloss finishing there, new style LED headlights. Of course, this is the revised version of this SUV. Gorgeous color keyed flares here, and of course beautiful high gloss rims. This is the F Sport package, and look, LC500 style mirrors. And the interior is definitely dressed up and moved up nicely in the rankings from the previous generation. Oversized touchscreen in the center, and all the luxury appointments you can ask for. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, and touchscreen. Beautiful. Of course, here you have this beautiful two-tone handle to get in there. Beautiful. I love the way they finished this trim along the back, and as we cycle around, nice little vents there. Matte finish aluminum look down at the bottom. And as we see, we're talking about a Lexus with a gorgeous light bar as well on the latest generation. This is the NX350, and it's all-wheel drive, which is again great because we're dealing with ice and snow, so this can chomp through that, no problems, no questions asked. You've got plenty of room in the back for 3 people there as well, and there's separate auxiliary plug-ins as well as heater vents in the back too. The vehicle has a nice little overhang at the back. It looks very sharp and aggressive, just an overall nice style. So I realize it's not just about the style, but being a Lexus brand, it's going to run for a long time. It has all the seats for 5 people. It has the all-wheel drive. You can get lots of different engines. Of course, you get the base engine in the NX250, which is the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. You can also step up to the 350, which is a turbo 2.4 liter, makes about 280 horsepower. You can get a 350h in a hybrid, and also get a plug-in hybrid at 450h, and that's a 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, blistering car, and literally one of the most fun, entertaining, stylish, practical and reliable luxury SUVs on the market today. And the next SUV that ranks highly for vehicles that you could definitely drive every single day. I've personally owned a couple of these. The BMW world, they've had some ups and downs, but the latest and greatest generation of this SUV parked right behind me here is an example of one of their best, most durable drivetrains. Yeah, the 8-speed ZF automatic transmission is lightning fast, fun, furious, and it knows exactly what you want to do as a driver. But on top of that, you also get that beautiful engine. Now, there's 2 drivetrains. Well, there's really 3 drivetrains. You can get the wonderful B48, which is equipped in this vehicle here. That's a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, whops out a massive 255 ponies. Then you can step up to what they call the M40i series, which is the B58 turbo inline 6, which is my drivetrain of choice, and it's relatively easy to buy. It's not overly expensive, and it's clearly the best bang for your buck in this particular machine right here. And that has an heat encapsulation design, so you don't get the temperature swing. You do get massive power, 385 horsepower. You don't get water pump leaks and expensive electric water pump repairs because now it's a mechanical water pump. You also have less cooling repairs, and of course, generally speaking, the entire engine from the bottom end to the fuel system has been drastically improved. So the B48, the B58 are amazing. There's also the S58 you can get in the M version of this. It is literally a hot rod, 0 to 60 in low 3 seconds. It's blisteringly fast, but then you're into the 6 figures Canadian dollars. It's getting a little pricey, but these vehicles here definitely are ones that you can live with every day. You can pack a lot of miles on them, and here, let's show you why this vehicle is a great daily driver. I mean, the BMW X3s have always been that nice mid-level, mid-size vehicle. Obviously, it's easy to use. Why? Well, you've got the latest technology on headlights. You have the beautiful grills up front, of course, definitely the kidney style there. Lots of great detail, high gloss piano finishing, laser cut rims, beautiful, more details on the side, fold away mirrors, and of course the ride height isn't all that high, so it's easy to get in. More vents, big exhaust tips on there. Gorgeous vehicle with this beautiful little rear air diffuser at the back. And this one's the xDrive 30i. It's great for chomping through the ice and snow like you see here, making it practical. You also have 3 seats in the back, 2 seats up front. With a substantial amount of room, you do get the vents and the plug-ins at the back, so the people in the rear are comfortable as well. The front of the vehicle here has all of the luxury amenities, heated seats, heated steering wheel, the latest iDrive system, which is literally the best infotainment system in the business. And then in the back section, you also have have that nice little privacy cover there, and you can haul your golf clubs or a pile of groceries as well. If you step up to the next vehicle, the X5, then you have other challenges. You can get the twin turbo 4.4 liter V8, great performance, but it does come with some more reliability issues. And then of course it's heavier in fuel, not to mention then you have other issues with the ride height system. You have obviously airbags that do fail, and they can, because I've had some myself personally. So this here represents the nicest value in terms of overall technology, fuel economy, performance, bang for buck. And they've come a long ways in terms of overall reliability, the BMW X3. And here's another SUV that you can literally drive every day. Now, some people do like to step up and they like to drive a vehicle that performs like a Porsche 911. Well, right here we have a Porsche, and obviously these cars do deliver the goods. Now, you can get different engines in these, V6s, V8s, turbos, Turbo S's. It doesn't matter what you're talking about here. There's definitely a budget and a performance level to suit your needs. And you also do get a torque converter transmission, which makes things a little bit easier and a little more reliable than its smaller brother, the Macan, which uses a double clutch gearbox. It's not uncommon to see a lot of these Porsche Cayennes with literally 200,000 or 300,000 miles on them. I find them all over the place, some of the older models, and the newer ones are just getting better and better. But clearly, here's a vehicle that you can live with every single day. Why? Well, it performs well, so every time you drive it, you're going to have a great time. And you start the key, it's going to go. They are relatively reliable, and they do have some great looks. As you can see right here, the vehicle does sit up quite high. As you notice, there's another Cayenne right here. They do have a little bit of an elevated ride height, and as such, you do get a lot of this ground clearance, which is great. So it helps for snow and ice and rock and gravel. As you can see right here, it actually has a pretty good height above the ground, so you can clear a lot of debris. You do have some gorgeous taillights in these LED, and I love this latest light bar by Porsche. Of course, you do get exhaust tips that are legit. Do have this beautiful overhang here. It's absolutely a beautiful vehicle. It drives nice, it handles like it's on rails, has great performance, and delivers the goods, and it does it reliably. The back seats have enough space for 3 young people or 3 old people, depends how you slice it. And the front definitely has all the latest technology. It's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you do get an oversized glass top on top to let all the sun in to make everybody happy inside. And so while nobody pretended Porsches were ever coming cheap, the fact remains even getting a base model Cayenne like this delivers so much more goodies than a lot of lower level vehicles that are priced when you spec them all the way up to this territory. So it does make one consider, is this possibly a great venture? Personally, I think the Porsche Cayenne, durable, has all the practicality, all-wheel drive, and the space inside and the performance to basically choke a horse. Porsche Cayenne, definitely for the win. And right there's an SUV that I find extremely easy to live with, very practical, very affordable, and it literally meets the criteria for everything. You can actually fit a lot of people in here, 2 in the front, 3 in the back. You can pop the trunk open and you can fit a bunch of luggage back there. Your pets, your groceries, your golf clubs, it all fits back there. Yes, you can do an optional all-wheel drive system to get you through the ice and snow. And yes, it has most of the technology you could possibly ask for. Of course, from the beautiful LED headlights that you're getting in the BMW world. Of course, they do have the standard grille that you would expect, kidney style, and of course, laser cut rims on there. Beautiful foldaway with the LED strip, and I love the beefy handles you find in BMWs. The interior feels very well put together, very stout, and the materials feel very robust. There's also enough seat space in the back for 3 people as well to go on a short trip. And again, as I say, there's a lot of sun let in because of this oversized glass panel on the roof. They do have some nice decals like this and LED taillights, as you see right here on this X-Drive 28i X2. Beautiful exhaust tips, as you see 1 and 2 over here. And it's just a very affordable, very easy vehicle to live with. You don't even need to go to the mainstream. BMW offers up a vehicle right here that is cost effective to own and operate. Yes, I actually had one of these on loan for about 2 months last year for a while, and I actually got to really enjoy and bask in what these vehicles have to offer. You get all the wonderful mood lighting inside, the latest technology, touchscreen infotainment, and the iDrive system. It's peppy, it's spunky, it's amazing on fuel, and that's the big win right there too. So it literally checks every single box that you could possibly ask for from a practicality, reliability, as remember I said BMW's coming up the ranks, definitely for the win in the luxury SUV segment, BMW X2. And here's the next SUV that would definitely warrant emptying your wallet for, is this beautiful little hot rod. Obviously, clearly we can see it's the 4 Ring of Fire, and this is the SQ5 Audi. Of course, I would skip away personally of any of the lower 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engines, as my experience is a lot of those 2-liter engines have been oil burners. So I generally like to go step up to the program. This one's got A 3-liter twin-turbo V6 makes a 350 horsepower, so it's not only more fun, but it's more reliable than some of the 2-liter engines. And it's going to hold its value better than the base models. So this here is the model I would go with. It's not too large, but it has amazing proportions. I mean, look at that grille, big open grille, similar to what we're seeing at Lexus. You have some great details right there. And I love the headlights on these great modern-day Audis. Of course, we do have laser-cut rims down there as well. And I love the foldaway with the LED strips here, the low profile running rack on top to haul your bedbug infested mattress to the dumpster. And of course we have that big open glass space right there. Of course we have beautiful handles there to get in as well. And as we cycle back, beautiful lines on this vehicle. It's very stout and yet very aggressive all-in-one. Gorgeous LED taillights. This is the SQ5 as already mentioned with the 4 rings. You'll notice you get the blacked out look on some of these models. It's gorgeous. Down here we have a set of dual exhaust tips. Well, they're sort of fake, as you can see. Not much going on there, but the rent. I do like that overhang at the back. It looks very sharp, and this doesn't just jut out. This actually flows a lot better with the rear window. This actually looks very stylish, and quite frankly, this vehicle is essentially a rebadged Porsche Macan, so you know the performance is there. It's definitely handles like it's on rails, has a great performance for straight line, 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, makes it blisteringly quick, and it's still economical on the highway. So if you're not goosing on it, it actually delivers decent mileage. You can also fit a lot of people back here and goods, all kinds of golf carts and bags. You can also fit 3 people in the back seat and in the front, of course, naturally too. So it's a 5-seater, but you're probably thinking the quality isn't that great inside the interior of these vehicles. Well, let's look. The back seats have plenty of space for 3 people across, as you can see, and the quality of the leather is solid. And the interior of the front is actually a lot better than you're finding on a lot of its competitors. Audi is the master of disaster when it comes to absolute top quality finishing on the interior. Their MMI system is top shelf, and their quality of materials is on another level. So again, as I say, I personally go with the SQ5 over the base Q5 because those have never had a spectacular reputation for durability, and oil consumption was their middle name. And there's the next one that I can actually offer up for a relatively affordable luxury vehicle that has all the luxury amenities, certainly all the practicality dialed in. This is the vehicle that you might want to take a look at. Now, it's very similar to the Mercedes CLA, which is the coupe. Here we have clearly a little bit of an SUV, but let's talk about this a little bit here first. I personally test drove one of these a year or so ago, and I actually really liked it. Now, what I will say, because it's smaller, it has a dual clutch gearbox, and unfortunately with that, it means it's a little bit more aggressive. The shifting is a little rougher, and as well, the ride of this vehicle is a little bit more rough than when you go up to the GLC SUVs, which is the next level up. Then the ride and the interior quality, fit and finish, everything feels a little bit more polished, but it's a price point. It's affordable. It's cheap on gas. It's 2-liter turbo 4 that makes just over 200 horsepower. And again, as I said, dual gearbox makes it fun to drive and has all the luxury amenities you possibly need in a day-to-day luxury vehicle. Mercedes has these great headlights, and of course we have these beautiful bars with the 3-pointed star. As we cycle down, look, they have all their luxury detailing. Of course, we have that nice chrome accent along the front spoiler. Alloy wheels, slightly smaller in diameter, but you'll notice this one's equipped with winter rubber, which is good because there is snow on the road, and this does come as a 4MATIC, so it basically has predominantly a front-wheel drive vehicle as standard, but the 4MATIC vehicle comes with all-wheel drive, which is exactly what you need. Of course, here we cycle with the beautiful conventional mirrors for Mercedes-Benz. Lots of glass coverage on top to illuminate inside for all the happy little drivers and customers and riders in there. Of course, there we go. We have this beautiful chrome detail on the bottom. Kick plate keeps it solid looking. Of course, like this, that's going to hold up very well for rocks and gravel that come off the road when the roads are rough and gross. Of course, as we cycle down, we have some nice sight lines and more sight lines as we cycle down. Look at that beautiful hump right there. Circles around to a set of gorgeous taillights in the GLA 250, which is, as I said, 4MATIC. You do get some nice chrome detailing on the bottom, and look at this chrome lip on the back here. So when you're hauling your luggage in and out of that trunk, you're not going to scratch up the bumper, which is a nice little touch. You do get a rear wiper to keep that snow and ice and the water off the rear window, and of course this beautiful overhang right there. Lots of chrome detail along the side, as well as this roof rack here is great. Down in here, the interior is quite nice as well. You can haul 3 people in the back. You basically get a little more headroom than you do in the CLA, which is its baby brother. It's essentially the same drivetrain and interior. which does look very sharp and spunky. As I say, slightly stripped down for when you're looking at a C-Class, but it has all the amenities you possibly need. This is a great vehicle, the GLA. It's fairly reliable. There is a few nickel and dime issues along the way, the odd electric problem and the sunroof. There's been people comment about the odd sunroof maybe come off the rails, but generally speaking, it's no more or less reliable than a modern day Honda for that matter. And with that said, we know Mercedes has sort of fallen off the proverbial reliability wagon, but this one here, because it's in its simplest form, isn't all that bad, and it's much easier to live with. The Mercedes GLA. Here's another great luxury SUV that you can buzz around in and actually have the peace of mind that you're driving Honda reliability, because this is clearly its luxurious brother right here. We're clearly looking at Acura, and as you notice, you do have this great grille. They have these very interesting details right here. Love these headlights, very, very sharp looking. Love the way Acura is doing this. They have some really aggressive looks. Love that intake right there, as well as more grille down there that just looks sharp. It's a good looking vehicle. As you cycle around, we're talking about the A-Spec here specifically, which is an upgrade. Beautiful gunmetal gray rims. And look at that black piano gloss finishing all the way along. And then look at that, absolutely gorgeous. This car is absolutely chocked with detail, style, as well as technology and performance. And the interior is beautiful. Look at those paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, the deep bolstered seats, and that gorgeous central infotainment system. Of course, you have an oversized glass sunroof to allow light inside the cabin for all the happy people riding along. Of course, you have one-touch easy access in. And look at the sight lines on this vehicle. Cycles around to these beautiful taillights, and we're looking at the RDX, which is all-wheel drive. Look at the exhaust tips. Oh, look, you don't get many that are legitimate exhaust tips anymore. This is the real deal. And then you have this beautiful splitter down here, and another exhaust tip just over there. Gorgeous, absolutely pretty vehicle, peppy, fun, practical. Again, you have the trunk to give you all the space that you need to get around and haul all your goodies around. You have a lot of gorgeous details here, but you more importantly have seating for 3 in the middle. As you can see, lots of seat space and lots of knee space there as well. Now, being Acura, which is a Honda product, you know the reliability's there. This does come with a 10-speed automatic transmission, so it's always in the right spot. Of course, it shifts up, shifts down as needed. We've got a 272 horsepower turbo, 2-liter 4-cylinder engine tucked under that hood right there, and it makes for a fun, peppy driving experience. Now, while this isn't gonna light the doors off a Porsche Macan S, this will in fact beat most of its competitors, and it certainly has the quality to follow it up. So this Acura RDX is the car that I would recommend as a luxury SUV that is daily drivable. And with all of that said, be sure to check out that is 2024's most reliable SUVs. Hope to see each and every one of you on the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.